Welcome back to another exercise tutorial. Today we are going over one of the most hated yet most effective single leg strengthening exercise, the Bulgarian Split Squat. This is a phenomenal and highly versatile movement depending on your setup. You can really challenge your stability or get some serious hypertrophy. Within this video, I'm going to show you guys how to adjust your technique to be more quad or more glute focused. It's real cool to be quad or glute dominant, but that's how we get injured because we have muscle imbalances. So let's target those weak points and turn them into strengths. So there are three things within this movement that can bias your position. The first one is going to be our foot positioning. So the further out that foot is away from that bench, we're going to be able to sit back more into those hips, so that's going to load more glutes. The closer that foot is to that bench, it's going to allow more knee flexion and it's going to keep our body closer to that bench and allow more quadricep focus. Second is that knee angle. This is going to follow that foot position. So when we're talking about that knee angle, the further out that leg is going to be, that's going to put our knee angle more vertical, more upright. If our foot is further back, that's going to get more knee flexion, so we're going to be stretching more of our quads. It's going to be more of a quad focused Bulgarian. The third thing that we can bias is our torso or our hip angle. So if we have more of a bent forward torso, we're going to be stretching more of our glutes. So that's going to be more a glute dominant Bulgarian. Whereas if we're a little bit more upright with our torso, that's going to be a little bit more quad dominant. The last piece to this puzzle or Bulgarian is going to be that glute medius. Even my most advanced bodybuilders have trouble activating that glute medius in this movement. So it's all from that ground up. So and I've talked about in all my glute medius videos, we're screwing within that ground. We're rotating into the extra rotation while we grip that ground and have that big toe connected. And we keep that position the entire time we're in that Bulgarian. So we keep that loaded and we're not seeing when we come back up that knee come back in, because that's our adductors taking over. It's not keeping that glute medius engaged and controlled. So keeping that knee almost towards that fourth, fifth toe every single rep will keep that glute medius loaded the whole entire time. So no matter if you're doing a glute dominant or a quad dominant Bulgarian split squat, both of those you want to think about that glute medius stay engaged the whole time. So for my quad dominant people out there, that's someone just like me. So I like to do more glute focused Bulgarian split squats. So we're gonna have that foot really far out there. So we have more of a vertical knee angle, reaching back onto there. We want our torso to be a little bit more bent forward. Rotate through that glute med, stay into that squat the whole time. You don't need to come all the way up and rise all the way up every rep. You can keep the tension in that glute the entire time, keep your torso down. It's almost like you're acting like you're trying to scoop up. So when you're doing this, you're trying to scoop as you come up, and almost like if you had a tail, you're scooping up underneath rather than just coming up and rising up, because that's gonna be a lot more quad than it is glute. So imagine like you're scooping and cupping up underneath every single rep. For my glute and ham dominant people, try a quad focused Bulgarian. So again, we're having our foot close to that bench. We're going to keep our torso upright. We're going to get a big knee flexion angle while we go into that. A lot of this is going to depend on that ankle mobility here. So if we don't have ankle mobility, it's going to be harder for you to stretch into that quad. So you could always think about adding a little elevation into that heel, so it allows you to get more of a stretch within that knee every single rep. After you got that form down, now we can add some weight. My favorite way to practice pure strength is elevating the leg to get more depth and using a bench for assistance so you can push more weight. Or you can do it on the split machine because you can get a good tri-point stance between your foot, the bar, and that back leg. For stability, I prefer 2 dumbbells, a barbell, or you can even throw in a rotational split squat. So make these small changes to your Bulgarian split squat to completely shift the activation of those muscles depending on what you need to improve on. Thanks for tuning in. Drop a comment on what other exercise tutorials you guys need help with. See you